Hello. I'm making this video as a response to a post I made on Reddit. Um, the post was regarding the small number of devs who have been vocal about criticism with towards Elden Ring. You know, for the most part, it's pretty minor, just saying, the quest design isn't great or it's not well optimized. One of the UX designers that commented, who I believe was from Ubisoft, mentioned that I don't know, seemed quite almost horrified by the UX design in Elden Ring, and I saw that some YouTubers were talking about it. Young Ya and Asmongold were talking about it, and I kind of wanted to give a little bit of my thoughts on that subject. So, for a little bit of context, if you haven't read the post, which I'm assuming no one did, or only a handful of people did, I'm a level designer for a quote-unquote AAA game studio, whatever that means. I've been a level designer for over 5 years, which is, I'm not a veteran at the company, but I'm also not green, so I do have an experience. I've shipped some games that you've probably heard of. No, I don't mean that you've probably heard of the games I've shipped, but like chances are you've heard of some of the games I worked on if you're within gaming culture in the gaming sphere. And so I kind of wanted to play Elden Ring and give my thoughts on it to see if I could understand and maybe explore the frustrations the devs are having with the game. Maybe voice my own frustrations or joys that I experienced in the game and try and kind of articulate them beyond just a tweet. Maybe I'll totally agree with the frustrations the devs are having. Maybe I'll totally disagree with them. I'm curious. Yeah, and I also want to give my general thoughts as a world designer and level designer who has a decent amount of experience in that realm. And me playing through pretty much blind. As you'll see, I have made a character here. I wanted to skip the character creation process, and thank God I did that, or didn't do that on film, because boy, did it take me a long time to make my hunky, angry dad that I'm going to be playing as, named Pudge. So I'm going to be, when I'm playing through, I'm going to be doing it pretty much blind. I don't know much about the game specifically. I know it's a From Software game, and I'll talk a little bit more about my experience with From Software games in a moment. But I want to maybe provide some design insights, what might be going on in the game, behind the scenes, just try and enjoy my time here, call things out, maybe call things out that at the company I work for might not pass it through review. Maybe they'd pass with flying colors, maybe not. And so, again, when I made this post on Reddit, more than 0 people commented saying, yeah, I'd watch that, so I'm going to give this a shot. And I'm going to take it as an opportunity to play through this game, which I wasn't necessarily planning on playing. And I kind of want to just mention that the people that I work with directly at the company that I work for have been pretty positive about this game so far. There's been a couple of minor complaints about the visual language in the game, but overall people have really enjoyed it. So, and this is also just a great opportunity for me to play through a Metacritic game that has a game that has a 97 on Metacritic, which is crazy. So, I also want to be a little bit upfront about my history with From Software games. I have played From Software games in the past, which I said in the Reddit post, but I haven't particularly enjoyed my time with them. I played the first Dark Souls enough so that I could have an informed conversation about them, see if I could take some level design learnings or some encounter design learnings from that game, and I tried really hard to get hooked on it, to really understand it and immerse myself in it, but it didn't work out. I beat maybe 4 of the bosses, and then 5 of the bosses, and then I kind of just gave up. I didn't have a great time with the game. I really kind of hit a wall with the gargoyle boss, and I had some confusion about the design intention of the corpse runs in those games. I didn't really get it, so I played Dark Souls 3 with cheats, and then just so I could get an idea of the level design, which I actually quite enjoyed the layouts. I thought there's some great shortcuts. And then I tried playing Bloodborne for like 30 minutes, and then just didn't get hooked on it and kind of gave up. And I'm playing on PlayStation 4 with just a headset plugged into the controller. I don't have any fancy streaming setup, so I apologize if the quality isn't the best. And again, yeah, I skipped the character creation, which I thank God I did, because it took me so long to build this character. The first one I built looked horrible, so I stole the Varian Rin layout on face from Reddit, and then added a mustache and some wrinkles and some body hair, and then call him my angry dad Pudge. Is what we're going to call him. And I'm going to try and keep each section to 30 minutes. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking forward to trying this out. I'm going to give my honest opinion on this game. I might not enjoy it, frankly. I haven't enjoyed From Software games in the past, and this might not be any different, but I really appreciate, if anyone's watching this, I really appreciate your time and attention, and I hope if this isn't entertaining at all, at least it might be a little bit insightful, and you might learn a few things about game design. So, let's go. Starting game with this character, is that okay? Yes, that is okay. And part of, I guess, playing through the game together is not. I mean, one thing, I'm lazy, so I'm not going to be going through any of the, or cutting through any of the loading screens, because I heard that that's a significant portion of the game. As far as I remember, there were no loading screens besides an initial load for any of the previous From games that I played. So I assume we won't have any loading screens beyond this one. And I'll try not to talk during cutscenes and stuff.
The fallen leaves tell a story.
Okay. Cool art. Okay, maybe I'll talk a little bit during cutscenes.
The great Elden Ring was shattered.
Okay.
That's
really pretty.
Across the fog, the lands between.
Really pretty. I mean, it's real art. It's not concept art. So the Elden Ring was shattered in their home.
Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found.
It sounds like Sean Bean, doesn't it?
And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish.
Okay.
Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, this might be boring.
Taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering.
Sorry, I can't hear the word taint without laughing. Apparently I'm a child. That's beautiful art, though. Wow.
A war from which no lord arose.
Okay. So it looks like they're setting up a post-apocalyptic world, which...
A war leading to abandonment by the greater will.
Yeah, all the From Software games I've played have been in kind of post-apocalypse.
Oh, rise now, ye tarnished.
Okay.
Ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all.
Okay.
Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands.
Is this a tarnished?
The ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion. The loathsome dung-eater. And Sir Gideon Othmere, the all-knowing.
That's really... I like the voice acting so far. It's really engaging.
And one other, whom grace would again bless.
So we are a tarnished amongst those other interesting characters?
Of no renown.
Okay, so we're a special person, but we have no renown, so okay.
Cross the fog to the lands between.
The lands between. Okay.
To stand before the Elden Ring.
So the Elden Ring has been made whole again? Did I miss that in the intro?
And become the Elden Lord.
Okay. I guess that's my goal. So what happened to the shards? Did we have to recollect the shards? Did I apologize if I missed that. Um, oh, and that's it, hey? Oh, this definitely looks like a From Software game. Say it's, oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, that was a cool intro. Interesting that they chose a, like what do you call it, slideshow with some, like, really good voice acting. I thought it was great voice acting and some, oh my god, great voice acting and good visuals, but, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of complaints about it. Those are obviously less expensive than fully rendered cutscenes, but I think it did the purpose. Like, it gave me a little bit of information about the game. I kind of know what's going on. I know I'm a Tarnished. I don't know why I'm a Tarnished. I don't know why I'm crossing the Great Lands. I mean, I wish I got a little bit more context as to why I care. So, but we'll find out. First off, the game, like, it feels good. Besides the absurdly unpolished animations. I mean, by unpolished, I mean there's like no clear like pivoting animations. You kind of just like spin around. In some other games, they'll kind of limit your movement so that the animations can look good. They're much more interested, clearly, in like animation or like responsiveness over fidelity. Because in in other games, you might, if you did an about face like this, you would kind of stop, pivot as an animation, and then you'd start accelerating. But this is like really responsive, so it looks bad, but it plays well. So I guess that would maybe that's something. Tarnished wizened finger, new. Okay. Though the path be broken and uncertain, claim your place as Elden Lord. I mean, okay. So who are you? Something that I think hopefully we'll be able to talk about eventually that I really appreciated the previous From Software games. Yeah, the game looks quite nice. Even though this is PlayStation, I think it's being rendered in like 2K for me, and so the frame rate's like 45 FPS or something. And so it's a little bit janky. I'd rather just have like pure 60 and 1080p, whatever. But something I really appreciated in the previous From Software games was the amount of destruction in the environments. It gives you like a nice flat plane to fight on and play in. But then you also get the environment detail from these barrels and stuff, and you can roll through them and then break them. I mean, now they've become static objects because generally when you break something it explodes and they're moving pieces. That's very processor heavy. And you'll see like visual bugs. How do you look in this game? Like, this thing is floating here. And so it causes some visual bugs because they'll probably stop moving at a certain point to save, so they're not just like continual moving objects on the ground and like physics objects, because those are really processor heavy. But I really like that in Dark Souls 1 and 3. Okay, let's get going. So how do I attack? Yeah. How do I block? Cool. Camera control. Yeah. Giant broccoli. Nice looking broccoli, though. Okay. Yeah, I found that the games have generally looked okay at a distance. The previous From games that I've played, they've looked good at a distance, but they've looked like pretty junky up close. This seems to have a decent amount of fidelity up close, so like it's a good looking game so far. I don't know if oh god. Okay, first death. I'm not gonna. No riding areas. You cannot enter large buildings, caves, catacombs, single places while on horseback. Okay, yeah, so we get a horse. You cannot summon your horse while. Okay, so did I? Well, I guess how could I lose something if I didn't get anything? So one of the one of the reasons why I didn't enjoy the previous From Software games. One wasn't necessarily. Retrieve lost rune. Is that the currency? Is rune like souls? I didn't like the difficulty of the game specifically didn't bother me. Oh, so that's what I deal with. Interesting. So you can't get on top of stuff because it'll just break if you land near it, if it's like a small detailed object like that. That's interesting. Anyways, it wasn't the difficulty per se of the game. Now this looks like it's leading me somewhere. Is there some treasure back here? Nope. Okay. I don't know why they gave us that little path. That looked like that was potentially going to be a little traversal. This might be painful for you to watch. Anyways, get back on topic. Like I was saying before, one of the reasons why I didn't enjoy the From Software games was the loss of permanent progress. So like when you die and then you don't recover your body before you die again, losing all the souls. I don't like in games. I get that other people like that. They'll enjoy that challenge. Can I recover my body? Okay, that's nice. Nice that they saved like the location where it fell. So I really don't like that permanent loss of progress. And I may have mentioned the gargoyle. I'm not very good at this talking and playing thing, so I may have mentioned the gargoyle fight, may not have. But that's like what really kind of, man, I just didn't get it. I didn't get the design of the of the encounter and how it led to the boss. Because in the gargoyle fight, in the first Dark Souls, how do you run? Sprint? Can you sprint? So, what did I do? How do I get my weapon back? Okay. Okay. I can't finish the thought. This is crazy. I'm sorry. This might be really painful for people to both watch and listen to. My gosh. I just didn't get the, so I fought my way to the gargoyles. I thought it was a tough fight to get to the gargoyles. You have to fight through a lot of creatures, some of which are tough and could probably do a lot of damage to you. And then you get to the gargoyle fight's hard. It was hard for me because I'm not great at the games. And then I die, and then having to fight my way back to the gargoyles was just such an arduous task. Like, it was not fun. And each time I did it, I had the potential of losing all the souls that I had gathered before, so I wasn't sure if I was supposed to try and... Oh, hi. Crafted Scion. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to run past everything or fight stuff, but it seemed like if I fought stuff, then I'd lose health before reaching the gargoyles, and if I didn't fight stuff, I would, like, potentially get ganged up on and then not actually make it to the gargoyles and lose health. It was just so painful. I wouldn't have minded the fight at all. Oh my god! I wouldn't have minded the fight at all if I could just fight the gargoyles without having to do the corpse run again. Like, the difficulty of the boss specifically didn't bother me. It was just, like, the retrieval and getting back to it. Okay. This is a really cool creature, by the way. Whoa. Okay, let's try this out. So that took down almost all my stamina in one hit. Good to know. Alright, let's try and get in there. I'm sorry, I'm not good at this game, man, so I'm kind of just trying to... Oh! Was that a one-hit kill? Okay, that doesn't... that makes me think that I was supposed to lose that fight. I don't feel so bad about it. I'm sorry, I feel like I've rambled a bunch and not really said anything valid besides... Yeah, gargoyle fight. Super frustrating. Didn't get it. Kind of ruined the game for me. Don't understand. I don't really enjoy the aspect of losing your body and losing all your souls, and like was super confused by that, like the corpse run mechanic and the intention there. Just like I've played difficult games before, and I don't mind difficulty in games. Like I've played games that have really difficult optional sections. Like a great example of that is like God of War. The recent God of War, some of the Valkyrie fights were really difficult, and I didn't mind that because the saving mechanic was generous. I think you could probably choose your own save, so it was super generous. So it's not like the difficulty... Oh, hi there. Of the fights... It's a nice looking horse nostril. Horse model looks pretty good. Oh, you're not a horse. Yeah, difficult fights...
Don't worry, Torrent.
Don't bother
Fortune
me.
is on his side.
Okay, it's because we're tarnished, is that right?
We found him here, after all.
Oh my god, I can't finish the thought. This is crazy. Sorry.
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
So all of the tarnished were revived? So we are a special person.
Even if it does violate the Golden
Oh,
Order.
man, you can't violate the Golden Order. You're not supposed to do that, whatever that is. But yeah, the Valkyrie's like fun, hard, challenging. I enjoyed that challenge. It was great, but it's because I didn't. If I died, I'd just restart the fight. It's all good. I didn't like risk losing all my gear. Um, like platforming games like Guacamelee has some like really super highly recommend that game if you like Metroidvania games. Guacamelee is like one of the, in my opinion, one of the best. Super straightforward but like excellent combat, great platforming, and they have some really challenging platforming sections. But the Flask of Crimson Tears, cool. Flask of Cerulean Tears, okay, that's nice. They're really challenging optional like platforming sections. But the thing is, if you fail at them, you don't have to restart 2 minutes or 3 minutes away and then run back to these challenging platform sections. It like plops you right at the start of the platforming section. It makes me want like to keep playing. Whereas the From games of like the Cave of Knowledge lies below. Okay, that's nice. The From Software games have just felt so punishing and like not fun to me because of having to get back to your body and like losing all that progress. So I think that's the last I'm going to say about that because I feel like I've talked about it way too much. Brave Tarnish, take the plunge. It's my favorite word, NPC. How'd you know? Of learning and remembrance. Okay, that's not a proper sentence. Recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood. So this is our first in-game conversation. There's no... That one didn't have any voice acting. I'm curious if other ones have voice acting. I'm assuming by plunge you mean down there, not like plunge the sword into you. Okay, cool. And don't plunge my way up these stairs. Is that what you're saying? Or are we supposed to plunge our way up these stairs and open this door? Let's plunge this door open. Is that what you're saying we should do? Good. See? Just plunge the door open and we're good. Okay. Yeah, so you see so this physics asset is probably going to stop moving eventually. Let's see if we can... We'll see if we can get another demonstration just to kind of like show what I was talking before about the expense of those things. What are you? Oh, wow. So, bonfire, okay. So it seems like it has essentially the same mechanics as the previous From Software games, okay. Rest at Site of Grace. Pastime. I don't know how I do that. Flask. Add a charge to flask. Increase amount replenished by flasks. Allocate flask charges. Use golden seed to increase number of flasks uses. I mean, do I have a golden seed? Not enough golden seeds. Okay, I'm assuming I'm not gonna have any of these things flasks. Oh man, this is a lot of... They're piling on the systems right away. Allocate flask charges. Let's just not. Do we have a spell? Okay, we can memorize a spell. Great. Memorize spell menu, you can memorize sorceries and incantations. You must have a staff equipped to cast sorceries or a sacred seal equipped to cast incantations. Casting sorceries and incantations consumes FP. I'm assuming that's like fantasy points, focus points. I don't know. Your memory slots determine the number of sorceries and incantations you can memorize. You can increase your memory slots by obtaining memory stone. Okay. Cool. Do I have... Oh, by the way, I chose like a paladin kind of class. Because I generally gravitate towards those things. Silence footsteps reduces fall damage and sound. Oh, that sounds cool. Do I have this already? Are these mine? I can't tell. Do I actually have these equipped already? Game, tell me, do I remove? Okay, yeah, so I had that equipped already. Yeah, cool. Sword, chest. No, my chest looks good already. It's got lots of hair on it. Don't need to comb it or anything. Now, how do I... Okay. I don't want to drink my Crimson Tears. So I have spells, but I can't use them because I don't have a thing to use them with yet. Unless it's like in an offhand. Okay, can I check my... Sorry, I'm trying to learn the systems in this so I can actually like get into the game. With the equipment menu, you can equip armaments, arrows, bolts, armor, talismans, and items. You can equip 3 armaments, each to your left and right hands. The actions each armament performs will vary based on which hand is wielding it. Okay. So do I have a talisman? I have a finger seal. Can I... What does a finger seal do? Okay, there's a lot. I know these games are supposed to respect your intelligence, but boy, that's a lot of numbers on screen right off the bat. Okay. Cool. So I'm assuming those fingers is what allows me to cast my spells. Let's... Yeah, okay. So we can cast Urgent Heal. Okay, cool. Let's not waste any FP. Maybe we should actually take that plunge, because it seems like... well, yeah, let's go take that plunge. Okay. See how that rib cage is kind of... Oh, this is... Never mind. This is not an example. Pillage remains. Cooperative multiplayer. Use tarnished furled fingers to write gold summon signs. Cooperative multiplayer will begin. I'm not... So I don't actually have PlayStation Plus. What's it? Why? Stop giving me so many items. I don't have PlayStation Plus, if that's... yeah, PlayStation Plus is what it's called. So I won't be playing it multiplayer. I know that there's summons in these games. If a boss fight's hard enough, I am not against using summons at all. I don't care. I've got nothing to prove. I don't play games for challenge. If it's hard, cool. But that's not why I play these games. All right, let's take the plunge. Okay. Using items. Use item. Switch item. What item do we have? What item do we have equipped? Oh, no, 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 no! Okay, so I'm assuming that was one of our Estus Flasks. Is there a falling attack that we can do here? Okay, so no fall damage. That was a pretty significant fall, and you didn't take any fall damage. That's good to know. Here's some... So... I guess a criticism of this game... Again, there's the animation fidelity, where you can just kind of like spaz out and the character doesn't really do anything. You can like spin mid-air, that's kind of weird. But also, how they interact with this stuff, they kind of just like run up, and the animation doesn't look great on this. Like it's pretty, just like kind of popping up and down. Like you're really snapping to the ground when you run over this stuff. It kind of looks like junk, and there's these little... It doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Now, do people actually care about that stuff? You know, some of the animators I work with, I was talking about things not passing review. Like this environment right here would not pass review in the company I work for. It's like it's too bumpy. It's not smooth enough, and for how the player interacts with it. And but we could fix that by having like an animation system that's more robust, so that when you kind of walked up a thing like this, you'd mantle onto it instead of just walking, or just like popping up on top. So like, yeah, you know, the animation in this game so far doesn't look great as far as just like running around. It doesn't look good. I'm not really bothered by that, but I know animators who would probably be really bothered by that, so I don't know. Whatever. Sites of Grace. Resting in a Site of Grace will restore your HP, focus points, fun points, and cleanse any status ailments. Also refill your sacred flasks. However, most of the enemies you've defeated will be revived. So probably not bosses, I'm assuming. You can find any such grates by going where the light converges. Okay, that's super non-descriptive. These explanations are acquired in the form of info items and can be accessed from the inventory at any time. Why not in like a codex instead of the inventory? That seems like a weird thing. Okay, whatever. Alright, so we're going to recover that Estus Flask. Do we actually have to... We have to rest at the bonfire to get our Estus Flask back. Can I restore them? Or are they back? Do I have to, like... Okay, so they're back. Cool. Okay, so you can sneak in this game. I'm pretty sure you can't sneak in the previous games. Reset camera, lock on, remove target. So, because I've played these games before, and because it's a video game in general, it's probably pretty clear that I'm supposed to just kind of fight this guy, because he's here and he's groaning, therefore he's a bad guy. Right. So attack right hand. Can I dual wield in this game? Isn't that a thing? That's a thing, right? Dual wielding? Oh, whatever. will be a sneaky guy. Because, yeah, in a lot of games I generally gravitate towards paladin-type guys and sneaky-type guys. So maybe we'll be a sneaky paladin-type guy. I haven't looked up any... Oh, yeah. The bodies in this game always look... They always lose all their mass, so you can just, like, push them around like ragdolls. It's kind of... I mean, it's kind of... Hey! Yeah! Back off. Sorry if I was loud in your ear. Oh, man, I'm over time. Okay, let's kill this guy. And then... okay, we'll pause this here. Oh, you'll get a good look at my, at Pudge here. Good-looking guy. On a quest to get the Elden Ring or something, to reforge it. Who knows? Thanks for your time. Sorry that I went over. If anyone actually made it this far in the video, like, I appreciate your time. Sorry that I rambled a lot. I feel like I'll probably calm down a little bit as I move on to the later portions of, or I mean, as I make more videos. But yeah, I appreciate if you stuck with me this far. Hope you found it. I mean, I don't feel like I provided that much information, but I hope this wasn't a huge waste of your time. So take care, and I'll see you sometime soon. Okay, bye-bye.